Welcome back to Factorio Seablock TSM episode 42. At least I think it is 42. So, if we have a look at our map, this is where we have built the mineral sludge processing. And actually what I'm going to do is, I can do this remotely, I'm going to tell it to chop all of that for now, just so it can finish this one, which we actually want, because that's all placed correctly now. We're not going to get as many as I was originally hoping, but that's fine. So they can just do that while we carry on with what we're doing. So where are we relatively? We are just up here. This cell is going to be used for making predominantly the iron ore, which we need a lot of, so we can't really delay that much longer. So let's get on with it, really. We're going to deliver in mineral sludge. I have a ton of landfill, as you can see, and also over here there is another 4,000 landfill, so we have quite a lot, and we've started work on plasma turrets, but of course it's going to be very, very slow work, as it's waiting on something that's not coming through particularly quickly. One of the products for this one, I believe. How much resource do we have in there? We have quite a lot of copper. This thing, of course, is kind of redundant, given how I haven't actually separated them into two separate streams, and probably won't. Anyway, not to worry about that. So, what I need here is a place for... Actually, do I have... No. I do have room for a... So I kind of want this collection. Yeah, pretty much exactly that. Except that we're going to be unloading into liquid tanks. So yeah, I might just take a copy of this one again. That, shall we? Blueprint. Whoops. Alright, let's get rid of it. You're wondering why I went it's because I no longer have the ability to include the tiles, which of course I wanted to include. So we'll have to do it here and do this again. Right, include tiles, please, not station names. Get rid of that. Let's put a request to station there as well, so that's more obvious what it is. I want to go that far down, or do I want it more? Probably just there. And my very slow bots can start doing that. I might just have to give them a bit of a hand though, because they are literally very slow bots. Whoops. Okay, let's get the rest of that down then. A little bit of landfill. Just there and just there, so that we can make... Oh, we're out of those things already. Oh. Come on, guys, you're kind of useless. Oh, maybe we didn't actually need that. If I'd known my bots were going to be this useless, maybe I wouldn't have been in such a rush to get them. Anyway, the next step is we are going to require a couple of tanks. Because that's fundamentally what we're dropping off here. These guys, we need iron pipe. Hey, whatever. Dudes, you're just wasting my time. We need iron pipe to make these, so just return. Return and go to sleep. Oh, good grief. Thank you. Now, I also spent a little bit of time trying to fix this up a little bit, so hopefully it's a little bit better than it was. I probably should extend these ends enough so that the train can get completely out of the way. That's not exactly out of the way. Oh. Yes, to do that, we are going to need to fill in a little bit of landfill just there. That's out of the way. Right. Seriously, we can't get past. So we need some iron for some landfill. And that's going to be challenging, but there is a little bit. No, that's steel. This is iron. Not for landfill for these things. 2 of those. Maybe since we are over here, I should top up on landfill. Am I going to? No, because the tank's going to take that room. I'm not going to be able to do that, so never mind. We'll come back when we get to that point. I haven't actually made the machines for this area yet, so that's going to be a little bit of extra. Oh, and the other thing is we actually have, this is an up and this is an up. Normally it should be, this is up, so this one's down, so this is up, so this one should be a down, but then we'd have to get around here, and until this is finished, we can't really get rid of this guy, so yeah, a bit of that involved here, but not to worry. Okay, so tanks. They are. Oh, it didn't look like it printed off our train station, which is slightly annoying. Right, now that we have the train station, hopefully these will highlight, which they will. And we need 2 of these standard pumps. Right, that's the first part of the job done. Can you reach that thing, which is irrelevant? There we go. So the next point is from mineral sludge. We want mineral sludge. We want crystallizers. What level of crystallizers can we make? We can make 1s. We're just making 1s. Clearly. When I make that one, we are out of iron once again. We have 4 at the moment, so I want a decent number of these. I don't think 4 is going to suffice. So, we need a decent amount of iron then. There's another 4, so that will take us up to 5. The hell? Oh, radio. But that's just not going to work, is it? I don't even have this coming through there right now, so that was pointless. How many more can we make? We can't make any more because now we're short on stone brick. Alright, hopefully there is some stone brick because we've been using it fairly aggressively to make pipes. Way up here. Not looking promising. That's disappointing. Alright, how much more landfill do we have now? Almost 4,500. I could rip these out, but that would kind of stop everything, so that's probably not a good idea. Maybe I'll just top up my landfill. We'll work out how we're going to do this, and hopefully by then there'll be some stone bricks. We're going to need more pipe actually, but that's going to interfere with the stone brick production as well. So we're kind of damned if we do, damned if we don't situation. Oh. Manual for the moment. A map. Back up. Go there. Those idiots can catch up. Should have turned them off actually, but I didn't realise there was still some building to be done in that area. Okay, so let's enlarge our landfill out to a decent size. Basically as large as it can get. And bear in mind our little friends over there are suddenly getting excited, so... oh. Okay, let's see. Are you in turret range? Yes, you are. Okay, this is easy then. Goodbye, biters. And thanks for contributing some landmass to my requirements. My basic idea here is that we should have a collection of streams of crystallizers. I don't know how many, but what do the crystallizers need just before we get too carried away? The crystallizers just feed out the blue stuff, so but they're not that fast. So we're kind of going to need something kind of like a bit of room for piping, perhaps. We'd be using yellow, maybe. So if we have crystallizers on both sides of this, the recipe you're doing is you're making sapphirite ore from mineral sludge, and one thing, let's connect those. Just for aesthetics, I guess, we'll do something like that. Now, the intention is you have a decent stack of these. Oh, I should have got more inserters as well. How is our stone brick going? It's still hopeless. What numbers of those? Oh, we don't have nearly enough of these. That's the problem. I think I'll double down and turn this directly into some stone brick that's not converted into pipe. And we need to get started with that, and I need to get some inserters. So I guess what we'll do is let's double this already. And this, once we have stacked all of this up with a lot of these devices, we'll make a huge quantity of iron. Obviously, we won't be able to do that just immediately, but certainly the concept is there. So what we'd be doing is copying this sort of thing. One, two, 3 times that way, and one, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That seems like a good number. And of course, an endless quantity of pipe. It would look better if we did that. Like so. Now, what sort of production do we get out of these? 22.5 per minute. So, what's that per second? 0.375. 3/4 when you add 2. So if we were going to use yellow belts, we definitely don't need yellow belts. We may as well just use this belt. Because this can support 10 of these machines in each stack. Yeah. 10 machines in each stack, so I guess that's something we should aspire to. We obviously aren't going to do it for a while, but let's aspire to it, in which case what I probably need to do is increase the length of these by 1. I want the inserters in that as well, probably. Do I? Maybe not. So that's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to be conscious of what else we're putting here. Once we have done this, we need this part of the process and we need these. So I probably need to stop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe I'll stop at 8. So that's not even quite a grey belt on each of these, but that's all right. We can use our friend here to tell us what it actually will be. Nothing, because no machines exist. Is that what it is? All right. 0.75 times 8 is basically 6. 6 items per second coming through on this belt. And we've just run out of grey belt. Okay, 6 items per second. Well, in that case, let us lay down the next part. We only really need to get to there. These sorting machines, we could go all the way to the Mark III sorting machines. Sorry, we need the crushers first. The Mark III crusher. Bit silly, that shouldn't have a thingy. But anyway. 5 seconds crafting. No, that's how long it takes to build it. Crafting speed 3, so that would be twice the speed of our existing machine. I do have one. If you were here crushing sapphirite ore, oh, and we also have this stone, crushed stone that we need to do something with. You take in 2 ore every second, even in a level 1 machine. 2 ore every second. If these were fully produced, that would be 6 ore per second per line. So it's basically 3 of these machines per line. Is all that we need. Or maybe we can combine 2 lines and then get 6 of these machines. I tend to suggest we could probably expand this the extra distance, since we don't need nearly as many of the ore crushers. You know what? I think that does make sense. Let us continue the expansion then. So 2 more of these guys. One, 2, and that means we will have 7.5 on each belt. A fully stacked belt, in fact. We need more of pretty much everything at this point. How many ore sorters are we going to need? Because potentially we could make these guys. What do you need? You just need clay brick, steel gears. And what do you do? Crafting speed 0.75. See, I think the ore sorting machines would be our bottleneck, potentially. Anyway, I want a bunch more resources. Bring me back to here. At some point we're going to have to wonder if the mineral sludge is going to be able to keep up with this. Are you close enough to get shot? So we want inserters, basic inserters. Let's grab a stack. Landfill. 3.4k, let's grab all of that. Now, you actually processed 4. Oh, I see. So we need the same number of ore sorters as we have crushers, or the same level. So I guess for now, let's see if we can build 6 of these and 6 of the ore sorters. Which means we need to acquire more of the iron ore resource, iron plate resource rather. What are we missing now? We are missing stone itself. Oh, and that's right, we wanted to make we wanted to turn this into another stone stone brick making device. So you just pick up from over there. This will make another iron box. So we can do that, but we also needed some stone ourselves so that we can make, well, we can make those now, but we want to make these guys. It needs stone brick as well, and if we want to make these guys, we need stone brick there as well. Quite a large quantity of iron. Have 1, I need 6, we need stone brick. That is going to be quite slow. Two. We'll come back for more of that when it's ready. Meanwhile, we will get some more of our belt. Anything else we're short on? We're probably short on those. That might do for now. Sure, this is moving, it's just not moving very quickly. Why am I personally driving rather than just going to, say, oh, I suppose that's as good as anywhere. Okay, bots, enough of your nonsense. I'll do the building so that you build what I want you to. I think we should probably aim to get like those 2 rows built. Why are we doing that? These are all wrong. Mind. I might need to increase the numbers of... Oh, they're all correct. Good. Okay, landfill. We're a little bit off center because of how we placed that. Does it matter? We have a total of 15. We have 15 ore coming in per second. That is the equivalent of... How many can these process? You take 2 every second. We've got 15. So we need 7.5 machines. Maybe it was better with only 6. I don't know. Maybe that means we need 4 rows coming into 1. Have we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4? Right, okay. If it was 4 rows, it would be 30, and then we would need 15 machines. Excuse me, which is also kind of annoying, actually. Maybe we just build 4 machines for each row and just have a little bit of redundancy. Oh. Now, the question is, the crushed ore is going to come out 3 items. So this is where we maybe need a blue belt, or do we worry about separating this all? Oh, sorry, blue belt, yellow belt. That's not even halfway. So we'd just have a parallel one, even if they're kind of together. How much more landfill? So maybe we can look at stations. So I do have a ore sorting facility. It's going to get too wide. Do you know what? I think that having that extra 2 just causes more problems than it's worth. So we'll run with only 8 per column, which means we need exactly 6 of these guys. For 2 columns, and then 6 of these. Which is interesting. Or 3 followed by 3. But I think it might be 3 and 3 followed by 6, possibly, because of how wide these things are. Because if this one was leading like that, and at another collection there, feeding onto a yellow belt going down there. The yellow belts need to somehow get rid of their stone, which they could do something like that. It's actually pretty ugly. But I guess it works. So you would filter the crushed stone. That's right. And you would also filter crushed stone, but you'd do it there. So crushed stone is sort of coming down the middle. Because we don't want that going into the ore sorters. And then we have 1, 2, 3, so 6 ore sorters. Let's crush up ore sorting. That takes up too much space. We've got too many of these things now. The thing is, does it actually matter? Because I could actually, I was thinking I'd put the station here, but there's no reason I couldn't actually have the station here. Perhaps. We still have this, yes, we do still have that. That's kind of not going to work though. Because it's hitting a pipe. Is that the only reason? Not sure. Shrink this down. That actually looks fine. Except that I screwed that up just at the end. Actually, Control Z. There you go. One of the greatest things ever added to the game was that undo capability. So if we were coming over here to load a train, then what I want is warehouses. We need a ton of steel and stone brick for them. Let's just see how big the warehouse is. Okay. It's not going to fit in there, so it's going to have to go on this side. But potentially, this is... I don't actually like this. It's not quite what I want. We're going to need a bit of a think. Do these guys have to go this way? I don't have enough sand to work this out. See, what I actually want to do is... Where's those warehouses? I want the warehouses, say here and here. And I want track to run on both sides. And then I can have a train on both sides, and I have one side, say, for the iron ore, and one side for copper and everything else. So that is actually what I'm after. I don't know if I want that radar. Maybe I should try the station down here. It would actually have to go in this direction, but that would be okay. Except for the fact that... and back. So, if we fill this in... I think we're actually going to have to change this setup just a bit to accommodate rail. Yes, I think this will probably work. Means these are in the wrong place, and I know this is in the wrong place. So I want to know, where would the station go? Can't make any of the stations. That's annoying. If I had... Oh, that's right. It has to go up the other way anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's already long enough, actually. That's about, but never mind. And so if that... Does that really fit there? No, it doesn't actually. That's only fitting there because of that. We're going to have to do that again. I think it needs to be there or even there. Still not sure that's going to work. Alright, this would be a lot easier if I just got the material. Alright, let's get the material. The only way we're going to know what space we've got to work with. What do we need? We need to make a station. Ideally one of these. Train stop. What are we missing? We are missing steel plate this time. Well, that's a pleasant change. That will do. Oh, come on. Fine, whatevs. Let's just go to this part. Are we doing for fuel? 20. Okay, so first things first. Oh, we can't insert it. That's right. That is the first thing. Okay, then. Yes, it can't quite go there. That is the best position we can put it in. 1, 2, 3. So here is where we can come out. Landfill. Oops, I didn't need to do that. Never mind. And where are you? That one. I made this too long. Should be there and there. Means this is up by too much. We need the track come through here. There and there. Right, you guys aren't going into those positions, but that's where you guys go. So that's the space we've got. We are basically out of time though. So how am I going to fit these guys in? How many rows do we have again? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 13, 14, 16. 16 by 3 is 48. I could do like rows of 4, 12 rows of 4 or something. Because that would fit quite well. And the beauty of this scheme is that it actually does not matter a damn. In fact, we could just leave this. We don't even need to sort the stone off. We can just load everything onto these and ship the stone off somewhere else when we work out what we're going to do with all of the crushed stone that we get out of this. I'm starting to like that. So this is the plan we'll adopt. We'll have to do it next episode though. We're all done for this episode. Thanks for joining me and I'll see you in the next. Bye bye for now.